This. Why have the Giants had him back at Oracle Park? Or has he been back in spring training? Because I don't see anything about Jeff Kent. And I think he needs to be honored. Honestly, I think Sabian's finally getting into the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Which is past due.
Right.
Sabian, is he on the Wall of Fame yet at Oracle Park?
No.
That's a joke. All right, that's criminal. That's absolutely criminal. One of the best GMs in that organization's history, if not the best. And he's not on the Wall of Fame yet? 3 championships, multiple division titles, wire-to-wire seasons, where, of course, I know they lost to the Marlins in the first round, but Sabian's not. So you get what I'm saying here. We got to honor that stretch of baseball from 97 to 03 up until the championships was the best era of Giants baseball in the city of San Francisco. We're not going to honor Jeff Kent. We're not going to honor Brian Sabian. So now if we want to talk Giants, we can do that. But they honestly, I'm going into the season with a fresh perspective, but everything they do now as an organization, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, why have they honored Jeff Kent?
If I had to guess, and knowing JK the way I do, he's the kind of guy that just wants to go away and that's it. He didn't want any notoriety, never did. Nah, he doesn't care about the spotlight.
I know he doesn't.
I think if they asked him to come back, he would probably say, I'm good. Nah, and it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
It's just he just doesn't want that part of his life is over. He's a lot like, I mean, he ate, drank, and slept baseball, but he's a lot like Anthony Rendon, where it was business, man. It was like he came in, checked in, was going to find a way to beat your ass on a daily basis, was a good teammate. He told me some things that I still use as far as hitting goes with like younger players. Very intelligent, but like his priorities were his faith in his family, and baseball is probably third. But he just didn't come out and say it like Rendon did. And he actually played, and he posted, and he played hurt, and he was a gamer, and he was a guy you wanted on your side. So I get that. I get how you liked him. He's a winner, man.
He's a winner.
He's a winning player.
Absolute winner.
In a day where we're worried about launch angles and exit velocities and numbers.
No, Jeff Kidd just got it done.
He found a way to beat you.
He's got it done.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some Darren Lewis love. D. Lou on YouTube. You know what? D. Lou's a great guy. He's also a roaster. Ran into him a couple times.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Darren Lewis is a great guy. We got to get him on the show. We can get him on the show this week.
Probably call right now.
Yeah, we can get him on the show this week. D. Lou's the man. I love Darren Lewis. Love Darren Lewis. 93 team, so special. But no, Jeff Kidd, it is Sabian not being honored. As we watch Farhan, like, listen, I love Mike Krukow. I know he said, hey, the Giants, you guarantee it, book it. They're going to get a star this season. We're still waiting on that star. And I know I'm getting tagged in a lot of, another one bites the dust. Because that was my thing. When the Giants said, hey, we're going to go get this guy. We're recruiting this guy. Another one bites the dust. Cody Bellinger, you mentioned it yesterday. It's better to play at Wrigley Field. Is that the thing? Nobody wants to play here because of the park? Do we have a park problem?
Dude, it's the best ballpark in baseball.
So why can't we get guys here with the Giants?
I don't know. It's not a city thing. I think it's a philosophical thing, if I'm being honest. I think it's how they've gone about it in the past couple of years where players are smarter than ever. They're more in tune than ever. The social media aspect, they all text each other now. They bounce around more than they used to. So if you go to a place and they say you're going to be a starting pitcher and you're a reliever, or you go to a place and they tell you you're going to play every day and they pinch hit for you in the fourth, they're all texting each other, man. They're smart. Maybe Bob Melvin changes that. Maybe Pat Burrell's a hitting coach changes that. Maybe Matty Williams, your guy coaching third base, changes that.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, this is a destination for guys. But before, with the philosophy and the matchups, I don't care who you are as a player, even if we buy into this is how we do it, you're telling me if you hit for me, Bonte, they're telling me that you're a better hitter than me. I don't care if the matchup says it or it's righty-lefty or if they bring you in for me as a pitcher. There's egos. With every athlete, there's egos. So if you're gonna have this philosophy and it worked for 107 wins, and maybe you thought you had the cheat codes when that happened, the guys, to me, it's not a city thing. It's not a ballpark thing. It's not a temperature thing. It's cold here, because that has never stopped players in the past.
Yeah.
What I think is making them pause or think twice is how they've gone about it the last 3 or 4 years with the philosophy.
And part of the head of the command, I guess, is Farhan Zaidi, right? When it comes to that philosophy.
And I think you will see that philosophy change this year.
Oh.
Because I don't think there's going to be mass pinch hittings and mass platoons, and they want their starters to go deep into games. You've read about it already. They want guys to get 4 or 5 at-bats. I think a guy like Michael Conforto, if they just let him play, will hit. But if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, like Jonathan Kuminga was when he heard the buzzer, I'm not coming out of the game, and you're constantly like wondering and not knowing, or you do know even because you're like, hey, be ready. You guys are all going in the 4th inning today, and I'm Dude, the starting lineup when you walk into a clubhouse it used to have meaning. Like, oh, I'm in the starting lineup. Like, I'm playing tonight.
Right.
Over the last couple of years, the starting lineup is just a suggestion. It's just a suggestion in how we're going to start the game. But that doesn't mean you're going to go past the 4th or 5th inning. Whether I'm the pitcher on the bottom in the 10th spot now because there's a DH, or if I'm the starting left fielder, am I going to finish the game? There's certain high leverage situations in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning that are championship innings that you have to get your best players in the best situations.
So you think,
but like in the 4th or 5th inning, if that's a high leverage, you got to let your guys play. And from a fan standpoint, if I want to fall in love with a player, he's got to be out there. He's got to play. If I'm driving 2 hours of the game, I want to see Bonte get 4 at bats.
You would hope.
And now I'll buy Bonte's jersey, and I can fall in love with you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Even if you're not a superstar, it's not about superstars.
Are we even gonna be able to buy a jersey?
Dwayne Kuiper was my favorite player. He wasn't a superstar, but I got to watch him play every day. Like Will Clark was a superstar. He's one of my favorite players, and he got to play every day. Mike Aldrete was one of my favorite Giants. So just throwing random names out there.
Marvin Bernard. Play every day.
But you saw him play, and you could fall in love with him. So to me, it's not a superstar thing. Like if you drove 2 hours to see a Warriors game and Steph Curry played for a quarter, you'd just be like, wait.
But we need that it player, FP.
Maybe that's a bad comparison.
We need that it player.
I heard that sounded better in my brain.
Yeah, no. We need that it player. Because honestly, you brought up Jonathan Kuminga. What would you say he's the 5th, 6th most popular guy in the Warriors?
Yeah.
He's probably more popular than any Giant right now.
And
he plays 20 minutes a game.
I would love to see him just play.
Right.
I think he's an all-star.
Brandon Podjemski. Now people know him around these streets, and they love Pods, and their Pods jerseys selling off their hook right now. People are wearing Pods jerseys. There's not a jersey on the Giants outside of Logan Webb, because I don't want to disrespect him. Logan Webb and maybe Camilo Duval, because I do like Duval. It's about it. That's it. Like, I want to buy a Luciano jersey. I would love to say, hey, I'm rocking Marco Luciano, but I don't know what he is. I've never seen him play. Got a small sample size. Casey Schmidt, is he a dude? Is he not? Is he going to get a chance to start at third or not? I don't know. J.D. Davis is probably going to be there. I don't know. It just feels like when we come around to June, and I don't know what this team may surprise some people. I have no idea. I'm going to be open-minded when it comes to the Giants, and I'm not going to sit here and say a week into the season, oh, my God, they're done. They're terrible. I'm watching Farhan and how he operates, and is the philosophy different? Are you not platooning? Are you actually getting guys 5 at-bats? Or are you going to continue to platoon and shuttle guys in and out of Sacramento? Because remember that whole cruise patch they had on the jersey? The cruise patch? It should have been an Amtrak patch. Because they were shuttling guys left and right, up and down Sacramento. It's like, what are you doing? Guy comes 5 at-bats one day, and then boom, you're in Sacramento the next night. What are we, like, what is that philosophy going to be? So I'm intrigued to see it, man, because I'm out on Farhan, FP. I'll just say it. I'm out on him in the philosophy. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. I don't think he's good at his job, but maybe he proves me wrong this season. But I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of where the Giants are at right now.
I think you can get so caught up in matchups and putting yourself in situations to succeed from a mathematical, analytical standpoint that you can forget that there's human beings inside that uniform. And I think that's something I'm hopefully looking to see change this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm open to that. I'm open to seeing people evolve and to see people change and to see people maybe get another chance. So if it's the All-Star break, Bonte, and you're still seeing the same things and the team isn't succeeding, I think you have more of a baseball guy at the helm now in Bob Melvin that's managed a lot and has a great feel for the game, and there'd be a marriage between the two, and I think you have to have a marriage between the two to be successful in any sport now, whether it's football analytics, basketball analytics, baseball analytics. There has to be a combination of the two. I'm with you. I want to see not just, I'm not old fashioned, get off my lawn, screw analytics, but like, you have to remember that there's human beings in those jerseys. Yeah. And that, to me, that's the most important thing, because if you care about the people more than you care about the matchup, if you treat people like chess pieces, they're going to act like chess pieces. So I'm hoping that there's a little bit of an adjustment, and I think there has to be. I really do.
I hope so. We're seeing it with the Warriors now, right? With some of these young guys.
All the successful teams in baseball, the best teams in baseball, adhere to analytics, but they also adhere to people.
Right. The human element.
The human element is huge.
Not robots.
And I'm not saying they treat people poorly. They might treat the Giants players too good at times. It's like the Four Seasons, man. They got everything at their disposal. They got everything there they need.
I hate to do this. Now you're starting to work me up a little bit because of what you just said, the whole Four Seasons.
They treat those guys so well.
Yeah, I know, man.
They do.
Like
whatever you need.
First of all, we ruined the cream jerseys because of these guys. Because nobody knew who the players were. So let's slap names on the back of the cream jerseys. No, you blew the jersey. Those jerseys deserve no names on them. We had our Yankee jersey. We had our Red Sox jersey. You know what I'm saying? They were iconic. No names. Well, when people go to the park, they don't know who these players are. There's a scoreboard. There's a cell phone. There's a box score. It's not that hard to figure out who's who in right field. Don't give me this crap about, and they try to do that because it was a money grab, in my opinion, and you can't make any money because nobody knows these players, and these players aren't good enough. So, I mean, you imagine that, like guys like Austin Slater. And Austin Slater's a nice guy. These guys getting treated like they're at the Four Seasons.
Well, that's every team, though.
That's every team. That's a lot of teams.
The hell, that's just the way it is.
Maybe we need to scale back and say, you know what? The hell with the Four Seasons. Sit at the day's end.
No, dude. No. They just never sign anybody ever.
Well, you're not doing it anyway.
The first thing that happens in free agency, and I think it happens in all sports, is you just say, like, how do they treat the families? Because the families make these decisions.
The family shoot the families.
The wives are in on all of these decisions.
But listen, they've got some more swagger on this team.
And nobody treats their players better than the Giants. Even the Yankees. Like, trust me.
Listen, though. I do like the swagger with Soler. I like the swagger with Doval. I've been screaming, kicking and screaming. I need swag. I need somebody pipping home runs. I need earrings in the ear. I need big Jesus pieces in the earlobes.
You want emotion.
I need hats to the side.
You want emotion.
I want something.
You want passion.
Get me to the yard again. Get me to the yard. Make me want to go to a baseball. Anna and I drove by Oracle Park yesterday. And she goes, oh, I'm excited about baseball season. I'm like, really? I'm excited about baseball, but I'm looking at that park and I'm looking at that team and I'm saying, they got to make me want to come to the yard. Make me want to get down there.
And what would do that?
Some flair, some swagger, playing like a professional baseball team, not platooning left and right. Not, hey, Alex Woods, you're going to play 3 innings, or you got the opener for 5 straight days, or whatever it is. You're going opener, starter for a game, then you go opener, starter. I need to just see it change. I need to see it. Now, I would like to see, I saw one half of the change last year with the manager, but I thought they should have blown out the president of baseball operations. I thought it was the perfect opportunity to bring in somebody new to run this team and try to build on whatever they have here in San Francisco. But see how Farhan here. He survived. So my eyes are on him. What is his philosophy now? Are you going to be able to get players? Are you going to be able to make the big trade? Because as this roster stands right now, and I don't care about spring trade. I don't care if they scored 0 runs. I don't care if they scored 9 FP. I don't give a damn about spring trading. But this offseason left a lot to be desired. It came up short again on some key figures. And Jung-Hoo Lee, like I know we're all happy about Jung-Hoo Lee, but I talked to you off air. Every baseball player I talk to, or baseball professional I talk to, what's up with the KBO, the Korean baseball? Oh, it's like AAA. Maybe even AA. That doesn't make me feel good about Jung-Hoo Lee. What's he going to do when he sees Major League pitching for the first time? What if he bombs? This guy just got $100 million. We didn't know who this guy was. They gave Jung-Hoo Lee $100 million. We don't know who he is. So I don't know, man. I'm trying to be optimistic about the Giants, but to me, it's all about Farhan and what he does.
Jung-Hoo Lee is in the lineup today, batting leadoff.
There it is.
Want something to be excited about.
What I will say, Bonte, is your take. Everything you said right now is what I'm hearing from all my friends. Yeah. I mean, I grew up here. I grew up a Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan longer than all the other stuff.
Yep.
And I hear that from exactly what you said verbatim from all my friends. And maybe even family members now.
Yeah, I mean,
they just the one thing I will say too, and maybe this is an era thing, when they had Mike Murphy's Wall of Fame ceremony last year that I was so lucky enough to be invited to, we were all in a room together. All the Giants from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I was like a little kid in there. Guys I grew up rooting for. I'm like, oh my God. And I wasn't running around being a fanboy. I was just soaking it all in. I didn't hear one time that day, one person, we all talked, we're all baseball people. There wasn't one guy that said, I love what's going on right now.
Oh, I heard.
And these are from the ex-Giants. These are people that, and it could be a generational thing. And, you know, a lot of the old school baseball really hasn't come around to this analytic age with you know, guys that have never played coaching, guys that have never played in the front office, guys that have never scouted in the front office. Like there's a lot of animosity between the old school and new school. And I think that happens in any sport, right? Like our era was the best era and now the game has changed. And if I played now, and you kind of hear that. But there wasn't, and this was like 2 days of celebration for Mike Murphy, who's the greatest clubhouse guy in the history of the world. Actually called me yesterday out of the clear blue and made my day, and we talked for a while. Wow. We talked about Willie Mays. We talked about a lot of cool things.
Look at that name.
Yeah.
Right there. Damn.
It did made my day because he's the best. But those 2 days that we celebrated last year was, you have like reunions with the 90s team or the 2000 team and the 2010 team. But this was every era of Giants baseball all in the same room together. Like you just don't do that in organizations.
And they're all like, we don't like what's going on here.
Yeah, there wasn't one person that said, I love what's going on here.
You know, I just FP with this ballpark.
It's the truth. I'm speaking the truth.
You are
I'm not
speaking
trying
the
to
truth.
crush anybody. I'm just being honest.
No, you are being honest, and it's the truth. It is the truth. So I hear the same things. No speed. Do they have speed this year? Is there any speed with this lineup?
Yeah, Jung Hoo.
He
can fly.
All right, we're gonna see. I'm excited to see it.
Luciano can run. Casey Schmidt can run a little bit.
Give me some speed. Give me some guys who can go gap to gap. You know, give me some flair.
Can run.
Tyro can run a little bit. There's no doubt.
Patrick Bailey, for a catcher, can run a little bit.
Well, can he run now?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen
the photos.
I've heard from people that those photos, he looks, I watched the game the other day. He looks fine.
He looks fine now.
Yeah, he looks fine.
All right.
Yeah, he looks, I'm not just saying that. I was worried when I saw that picture you're talking about too. I watched the game. He's good. He's good. We're good. 25 pounds a lot, but it's not a bad 25 like that picture showed me.
Right.
So maybe we jump to some
a healthy
conclusions.
25.
Is Pablo making this roster?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's just good to have him around though. To be a mentor to the younger players, to look at the past and see what Giants baseball used to be and what it could be again.
Giants baseball.
If I'm the Giants and I think they're doing this, I bring my past and it's everywhere.
Well, they need to do that.
I want walking legends walking around. I want Barry there. I want Jeff Kent. I want Tim Lincecum. I want Brian Wilson. I want these guys leaning on fungos doing absolutely nothing except for being a resource.
Let me ask you this. Last year, I heard this. I don't know if it's true. But you know, in the clubhouse, they have all of like the NL West divisional titles. And they've got the World Series titles.
That's true.
Did they get rid of all that stuff?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Why would whoever made that decision? Why the hell? And this is what I'm talking about, folks. So like when you go to the Warriors practice facility, you see all the legends up there: Bully, Wilt, Al Addles, Nate Thurman, Rick Barry, Clifford Ray, Kevin Durant, Curry, all that stuff. You see all the championship batters, right? You used to go to Giants clubhouse. You see like the pennants, NL West champs.
Yeah, they still have those.
You sure?
When I was in there last year, like up on the wall, like above the lockers. They have on the one side they have the championships, on the other side they have the division ones. Now if they have I don't know, like, but in past years if they had like pictures and stuff, like big giant pictures of like moments like that.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't say that, but like no, they have pennants in there that says 20, 10, 12, 14 champions.
All right.
So they have those at least.
I heard they got rid of those, so that's good because that's erasing the past. And when I bring in Giants here, and hey, you want to be a Giant? I want that history displayed. I want it displayed. I want the names.
I think the pictures were taken down, Bonte, but I think they're going to be back up.
All right, that's good. All right, that's good.
To me, I don't know. Some people probably had a problem with it. Whatever. If you want to have your time now, I get that.
Yeah, I want to see him embrace the past, though. This is what it's about.
I do too. I think
this is what it's about.
I think it's tremendous resource.
Right. Like when I go to New Yankee Stadium and I see the photos of Babe Ruth at Italian restaurants and Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio, I'm like, man, that's Yankee baseball. That's baseball right there. Yogi Berra. I actually just watched the doc for the third time, the Yogi Berra doc. Fascinating. Did not know he was that much of a winner.
His reputation as being like his quotes superseded the fact he's one of the greatest catchers to ever play the game.
Ever play. I think he's one of the greatest baseball players. I think he's a top 25 baseball player of all time. You think about the championships, the MVPs. Anyway, Giants baseball. Jung-Hoo Lee in the leadoff spot today. Maybe I'll watch. What time's that game?
I watched yesterday. I watched him score 9 runs yesterday, but give up 11. This typical Scottsdale spring training game.
Come on, FP.
I watched Jorge Soler get 2 base hits yesterday. He looks good in the uni, number 2.
Right, FP.
Go get your number 2 Jorge Soler jersey right now. He looks good.
How laughable is it that people have takes about spring training games? Like legit takes like, offense looks anemic. The pitching's not getting deep into the game. It's spring training. You got to be a sicko to bring down spring training games or any preseason game or any exhibition game.
Well, I mean, I love that you're passionate about baseball right out of the gate, but if you're judging a team based on 2 or 3 spring training games, you're really telling people you don't know a whole lot about baseball.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Or you're just looking for reasons to be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. That's one thing that I promise you. I vowed to do this, FP and Lubman. I'm going into the Giants season open-minded.
Same.
Open-minded. I'm not predicting wins. Dude. I'm not predicting losses. I'm not saying this guy sucks. I'm going in open-minded.
I just know how much can happen over the course of 6 months or 7 months.
Yep.
And what you think is going to happen never happens. It never goes the way you think it's going to go, ever.
The mosaic?
You just don't know. That's why you got to go into the season open-minded and see if things change. I think they're going to change. I'm not saying wins and losses. I'm not saying World Series or playoffs. I just think you're going to see a more palatable, likable, maybe even wrap your arms around brand of baseball that you've seen in the past couple of years.
I desperately need that.
I'm not going to sit here and predict. I don't predict. I'm not going to say that they're going to win and you got to love this. My credibility is at stake. I have to be honest.
No,
but I think you're gonna like what you see
because
more
you know
than
what?
Past years.
I hope so, FP.
Yeah.
Because I'll be truthful.
You're not going to see like, oh my God, what are we doing?
I told you I love baseball, but when it came to Giants baseball, they had sucked every ounce of emotion out of my body last year because of the way they played, because of the things they said, because of the way they acted. I just was out on it. I was like, I can't. Come on, like this ain't Giants baseball. This isn't it. And then the finger pointing, everything like that.
What is Giants baseball?
Giants baseball is a melting pot of a who's who. You got your Felipe Alous, you got your Alou brothers, you got your Mays, you got your McCovey, you got your Marichals. You got a who's who. You got the diverse clubhouse right there.